Hello, welcome. Hi, everybody. I'm very skilled at this. Hello, welcome to the first episode of our brand new Studio Ghibli inspired D&D campaign called Eyes Unclouded. We are so happy to have you all here, and to have this wonderful cast. Firstly, I think we should introduce ourselves. I'll go first. Hello, I'm Hannah, or Louise Hannah, and I guess we'll save character introductions for a little bit, but yeah, Jude, go.
Hello, it's me, Jude. I am your local chaotic bisexual. I stream 3 to 4 times a week over on Mermaid Royal. I'm a variety broadcaster. I'm very loud, very queer, very chaotic, and I have 3 cats that want to take over the world. So yeah.
That's fair.
Kat.
All right, hello. I am your dungeon master for this evening. I am Cat Scratch. I am also on that chaotic vibe, but hopefully with some coziness and stuff. Variety streamer here on Twitch. Find me at Cat Scratch at everything. We play everything under the sun, and I also have some chaotic animals in my life.
Dan.
Hi, my name's Dan, aka Daydreamer Dan. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch. You can find me under Daydreamer Dan under most socials. If not, then there's probably a little underscore under that. I enjoy playing Apex. I enjoy playing horror games, story games, all around, and I enjoy playing D&D. It's been a long time since I've been able to do that. And fun fact, I just recently moved from Seattle to the East Coast in a week, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah,
That's amazing.
But then we get to steal you now. That makes me happy.
I know. Yes. Better time zone. Sorry, West Coast, but East Coast time zone is better.
Oh.
I'm Chrispy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chrispy or Chrispy Gameplay. You can find me everywhere at Chrispy Gameplay. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I do a lot of streaming with my bunny, Sylvie. He is the inspiration for this character, of course. I don't think anyone would have expected anything less. But he's my little co-host. He hangs out with me. I play a lot of variety games, and yeah.
Amazing. That's all of us. Before I hand over to Kat, I have to show off this little bar over here. I don't know what we've called it. We've called it a chaos bar before. We've called it cause a kerfuffle. It's just a bar of mayhem. If it gets filled...
Bar of Mayhem is a good name.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bar of mayhem. Speaking of which, thank you very much for the tip. That is very sweet of you. Thank you so much, Mike. If that gets filled, Kat has something planned, which we have been somewhat pre-warned for, and I'm slightly terrified. But that's in your hands, so we shall have to see. Kat, take it away.
All right. So for anyone who's not aware, it is a Ghibli-themed campaign series, however you want to refer to it. So I will be your storyteller. I have my nice cozy blanket. Hopefully all of you do as well. Grab some coffee, grab some tea, grab whatever your comfort item is, and we shall dive right in. So, welcome to Eldon. It's a sweet little town on the outskirts of Weldstone, and in juxtaposition to that war-torn location, Eldon is actually very bright and green and filled with perhaps some of the kindest people you will ever meet. If you're feeling a little bit cold and you go over and say, hey, they are sure to warm you up. Little daisies are sprinkled around all the grassy little edges of the dirt paths that will guide you throughout the town. And you follow it straight from the beginning of town and follow it through, it'll guide you directly to the well-loved and well-known Traveler's Tea House. This quaint little hub, known as the Horse's Saddle, sits on the edge of town nearest the Weldstone border, making it the perfect place for those escaping the chaos, as well as those looking to prepare and steady themselves before diving into the battle ahead. Outside, there are a couple of small wooden tables with 1 or 2 people sitting around, some trails of greenery kind of hanging down, decorating the area, and just the coziest thing you could possibly see, and perhaps one of the most welcoming sights in this town. There are people outside chatting, reading, just enjoying the breeze alongside the sunshine, and it's perhaps the coziest place that you could find, and kind of with a drop of Weldstone in the background, which doesn't give you quite the warm fuzzies that this place is. A door made of gorgeously stained honey red oak stands at the entrance to this tea house, and a bronze looping intricate metal piece, which, if you catch it at the right angle, looks like the perfect abstract piece of a horse's head, hangs right at eye level on this door. And the door is gently touched, not by a human hand, but by something more resembling a fur-covered paw. And with a great sigh, a rabbit-looking fellow pushes the door open and steps inside. And Chrispy, would you like to introduce your character?
Yes, my character is Barnaby Swiftfoot. He is a career vagabond. He is spent all of his very wise 10 years, and I say that because he has a -3 in wisdom, traveling around the world as he knows it, just kind of going with the flow. He's gained a lot of skills in his days, kind of working with shady, friendly, maybe in between people. He doesn't really judge people by their character and more by their actions. And he definitely always seems to find himself in sticky situations. He is about 5.5 feet tall, about 110 pounds. He is white cream colored fur, but he has kind of harlequin patterns of brown and black covering all over him. So he's very interestingly patterned and colored. He has a long black cloak on. Sorry. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Why am I so nervous? I gotta calm down.
Great.
Yeah, he has a long black cloak on, and kind of just basic, really tanned leather armor. He carries a hand crossbow over his back that's completely like it's made of black walnut, and it has very intricate like inlays of it looks like bronze or gold on it. Yeah, and that's Barnaby.
Perfect. So Barnaby takes his first step in and kind of opens the door, and the first thing he is hit with is just the scent of all these sorts of teas and that have been brewing, and just kind of a little bit of a hustle and bustle. Not anything that's overwhelming, but there's a little bit of chatter. In the corner, there's kind of some booths where it looks like a few people are gathered and chatting over a nice plate of biscuits. There is kind of a bar. It's a very unique tea house where from this view, it would kind of remind you of a pub, but you can see that it's all tea and all very comforting. There's a little bit of golden light shining in from the sunshine through the windows. And if you look to your left, there's an opening, and it looks like it goes outside, and you can kind of see a peek of what looks like maybe a garden or so. To your left, there also looks like there might be a comfy, cozy little sitting area with 2 chairs and a table just kind of in the corner, so you can see from there and take a seat if you'd like. Or at the bar, it looks like someone is standing, looking over some letters and talking to the tea keeper, who, like you, doesn't quite look human. A little bit short, stoutly, and tortily, you might say. What would you like to do?
Well, he'll open the door and look in, and well, this is definitely not a pub. I thought this was a pub. Okay. Tea. All right. And Barnaby is going to walk up to what would, I guess, be the bar-ish ordering area. And is the turtle person the one that seems to be keeping the area? Okay.
Yep.
Or turtle-ish person. I don't. I guess I don't know what it is. I'll walk up and go, hello, excuse me.
Oh, a rabbitkin? Hello, how are you, my dear? And you can see past the bar, she's not as tall as you would think, a keeper of a space would be. She kind of just peeks over the bar at you. She's very small, but she's definitely a turtle. She's got her shapely. She's got the size of a turtle, but it's all squashed down, and you can tell that she's aged and has little glasses sitting on the brim. And she looks at you and she goes, "Take a seat. I can get you a tea. Do you have something you prefer, or any way I can help?"
Oh, well, aren't you lovely? Tea. Tea. I don't know if I've had tea very much. What do you suggest?
Well, for your type, and she kind of looks you over, and you feel kind of a warmth go over you, and then it kind of blips, and she goes, "Oh, I know what's for you. I'll get you something brewing right there. If you want to sit by this lovely stranger, you can feel free." And she kind of slowly, but quickly for a turtle, starts moving towards the back and starts playing through the tea leaves that she actually has jars of on the wall behind. So while maybe a bar would have a ton of bottles, these are all just bins, and she's kind of taking a scoop and smelling and then kind of shaking her head and puts it back and kind of mixes it with other things, and just looks like she's making a concoction of sorts. You notice that she's kind of like waving her claws too, and some of the things are moving, and then you kind of see a wisp of something move over, and it moves some cups to the side, clearing off a space for you. And you sit down, and next to you is the person that was looking over these letters. And Jude, would you like to let us know who your character is?
Yes, as soon as my cat stopped making chaos in the background.
Yeah, of course.
So my character is Delphine Capel, or if you want her full title, Delphine Capel, Princess of the Lunar Region, second to the throne, Oracle of the Fates. She is about 5'10". She's slender. She's wrapped in a navy blue cloak that is adorned with silver moons and stars, that was given to her by her great grandfather, along with the silver diadem that she's wearing. She is looking over these letters from all of her studies, all of like the divination stuff that she studied, and also letters from her brother's travels as they've fought in like wars and battles and trying to like kind of get her grasp on the land. She pretty much, her whole existence has been spent in her castle because her parents wanted to protect her as much as possible. And so this is the first time that she's ever like in public with people, or with humanoid people, or just in general. So she's kind of just really overwhelmed, and she's just like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm just gonna sit and read my book and read these letters. And you can see that she's trying to pass things over into her leather-bound journal as well, whether it's like insight or knowledge, or and she has like a cup of tea that is half full, half empty, depending on how you look at it, and is just watching as the person who runs the tavern is like doing magic in front of her very haphazardly. And that's just very new to her. She's never like seen people like wield magic besides in times of war or in times of like desperate need. So yeah, that's Delphine.
Perfect. So you both are kind of sitting at the bar next to each other. And do you want to grab another drink, or would you like to look around, or what is the action as this big rabbit man sits right next to you?
I think so. Delphine takes a second and kind of just like looks over, but is trying to like hide her shock. It's not doing a very good, not doing a very good job of doing that. So she kind of just like turns back to her notes and goes back to writing. Okay. and nurses the drink that she has.
Okay, perfect. And Barnaby, you definitely saw this uneasy look that kind of made your way and then came back. Are you used to these looks? Are you okay with this? Or are you just kind of in your space at this moment?
Yeah, sorry, you just froze for a second though. So wait, I think I'm good though. I'm like, no power, please. I think Barnaby just kind of sits down with a little bit of like oh, hello there. Oh, that looks complicated. What are you working on?
Oh, I'm just transcribing this information from these letters. Are you from here? Do you come around here often?
Oh, I'm from here, there, and everywhere. You know, I spend a lot of time traveling around. I don't really know where here or there is most of the time. he kind of just like starts giggling to himself. Like you're like,
Delphine takes note of this and is like, yep, cool. And just goes back to trying to transcribe the passages.
Okay, and as you guys kind of are chatting, you actually start hearing quite the commotion happening outside of the tea house, which is very unnerving because you were just in such a calm and collected place, and you just hear and a bunch of footsteps. And you also hear kind of a little bit of like panic screams. No one's actually like, there's not like murder screams. They're not like screaming in an awful panic, but there's some chaos going outside. And someone busts through the door, and there is a little tiny mushroom gnome at the door, and she goes, "Chickens!" And this may or may not be the mayhem bar has already filled, and this is being thrown in, and it is time to do our skill check challenge.
oh, no.
Rio, so you are
Am I here?
You are walking. You are actually walking up into town as you just see a flock and you know what, a herd of chickens running through the town. They somehow got released from their enclosure, and you know, Delphine and Barnaby, you guys kind of jump into action because you're just pulled that way. And Hazel, though you have not been introduced yet, you have ran in, and the first you shout into the room is chickens. And all of you kind of escape and run out of the tea house. And so we are doing a skill check challenge. What I will have all of you do is tell me how you will gather or stop these chickens from running off into the Weldstone area where it is war-torn and very dangerous, using these skills that you are proficient in. So use one of the skills that you are fully proficient in, and then we will go from there. Who would like to start and tell me how you are stopping these mayhem-filled chickens?
I will happily take charge in this.
You have just broken screamed chickens, so you are really right there at the chicken.
This is an exclamation of chickens in the best possible way. I am ecstatic about the events currently happening. And using my animal handling, which I am proficient in, I proceed to make chicken noises at the chickens to bring them towards me, and I'm going to try and scoop them up.
Okay, so with your animal handling skills, you do your best to make your best chicken noises and kind of flock them to you. Go ahead and roll your animal handling check. Let's see where it lands. And then I would also love to have your best
I was so ready for it. I got a 12 and
all right, and you see, you know, there's still a lot running, but you see some of them kind of start to stop and slow up and kind of flock around you, and you kind of try to grab as many as you can. And we're gonna count that as a success. Thank you for your chicken impression. All right. Next up, probably the quickest to the door was Barnaby. So Barnaby, how would you like to gather your chickens?
I'll use acrobatics, and Barnaby will walk out the door and go, "Oh, well, those aren't cockatrices. Those are just regular chickens. Ah, well, let's catch them, yes." And I'll use, I'm going to use acrobatics in term with my, my rabbit hop.
Okay. And
not that it gives me any plus, but I'm going to use it for flair.
But it'll be cool.
Yeah.
What exactly is your acrobatic move that you plan to do to go and gather whatever chickens you can?
So Barnaby can walk and he can hop. So he takes about a few steps forward and he just leaps about 12 feet ahead and just like jumps and just kind of twirls and just grabs one of the chickens and kind of like coddles it and plays with it and go, "Oh, come here, little chicken. You're so cute." And he, just like that, or tries to at least.
Perfect. So you are taking a run, jump, end up in front of the chickens and grab what you can. Obviously, there's some flip, flare, beauty. Go ahead and roll. Let's see how the acrobatic checks works out. Oh, yeah. You do it
hell yeah.
flawlessly. You soar through the air. Some might think you are honestly an eagle soaring through the air. You go so high.
Oh, that was a nat 20. That was a nat 20.
All right. Yeah, it is. And since it's a nat 20 and I have so many successes here, I'm actually going to have you do one more move.
Oh.
What else would you like? You get a chance to do this other success and see how that works.
I will.
You can use the same proficiency or a different one.
I'm gonna use a different one. Let's make it fun. So so Barnaby leapt off 2 feet in a hopping motion, kind of did like a half turn, and grabbed 2 chickens, and he like kind of puts them in like either like a safe little like pen area or something, and then he hops back out and he kind of like slides into the alleyway or like into the street again, and he's gonna use his stealth to sneak up on one of the chickens. So like picture like one of those like cartoons where they come around the corner and he slides with his big rabbit feet. So he's like this, and he's like, oh, this is a lot of fun. And then he's gonna go and try to stealth and get the chickens.
Perfection. All right. You go ahead. You try to do that, and let's see your roll.
What?
26.
What the butts?
What the heck?
Rogues, y'all.
Oh my god.
Rogues,
Rogues are broken, but we love them.
These chickens didn't stand a chance. So you go ahead and you stealth around and you try to grab as many chickens as you can, and you're kind of just quickly going through and stealthing by them and grabbing all the chickens and kind of gathering them up. So you have a good armful of chickens at this point. And that's going to be a success. All right. So we can either have Rialto, I'm actually having you walk from the direction that the chickens are running to, and then Delphine, you were kind of, you were at the ones where they are running to. And Delphine, you were still in the doorway and you just saw this large rabbit man run past you, jump, flip, grab a chicken, stealth around, grab more chickens. You also saw this little gnome just balking and trying to gather all of the chickens in her best chicken impression. What would you like to do, Delphine?
Okay, I think I would like to take, I would like to, the shopkeeper's gonna be very angry with me. I would like to take the very large like tablecloth off of the bar and put it on the ground, and then use my persuasion to persuade all the chickens to come stand on this cloth.
Yes.
And so I'll kneel in like the most princess way possible and be like, hi little chickens, don't be afraid, hi, come here. And I like pat the blanket, and I like am trying my best
princessing these chickens.
Yeah. Hi, you're gonna be part of the royal court. Hi, come here, come stand on this. You're gonna be part of my royal court. And then I'll roll my persuasion, but I think that's what Delphine is doing.
Yeah, I will let that fly. 24. Yeah,
Oh my god.
What is happening?
I love that scene of Snow White. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
My
I
favorite.
have a royal coop. I can call them whenever I want. I cannot wait.
Chickens.
So you walk over, and there are outdoor tables. So you kind of grab a tablecloth and you try to put it on the ground as quick as possible. And you kneel in the most royal fashion and kind of put your hands down. And you just talk to the chickens. You say, welcome, chickens. Come to my royal court. And oddly, some of them not only stop as they're running past you and come to you, but some of them kind of like, and like turn around and walk back to you. I didn't even know they understood English, but they walked back to you enough because they were very interested in the royal court. And now
Love that for me.
Still chickens running, not a mass amount that there once was, but they are running and they're heading straight to you, Rialto.
All right.
What would you like to do?
Are there any turns in the road out the way towards town, outside of town?
Yeah, there's a few. You're kind of walking up a path, and the ones behind you kind of forked. So, behind you, there's kind of a fork that can go either way.
As I see these chickens running down the street, I'm going to open up my water skin and quickly use shape water in order to create an icy path in front of them, and using my insight, I would like to know where to place this puddle in front of them so that they all go just tumbling into
Want them
the
to
closest
tumble.
wall. Yes,
Okay,
to tumble.
perfect.
The chicken run.
I love
Chickens on ice.
Oh my
Exactly.
god.
And then try to grab them
the
as
yearly
quickly as possible.
the yearly chicken tumble. I got
Exactly.
it.
I love that.
Yeah. So
Why does
I think that's
Italy
so
keep
fun.
coming up anyway?
Oh no.
you kind of like are surveying the scene and you see all this chaos happening. You see all of this and you look and you realize that to your left, if you go and send them on the left path, it kind of curves and it kind of goes into not like a deep ditch where they'll get hurt, but kind of a ditch where it might shake them up and stop them from, chaotically running through town so that you can gather them up again. And
They haven't been
Yeah,
fixing the potholes in this town, so I thought that would be a perfect way to just lead
a
them
nice
out
little
of the way.
hilly town, and
Yes.
you go ahead, you see them running, and the remaining chickens, you go ahead, shape water, turn it into ice, and you see all these little chickens, and they're kind of just flailing, and they're throwing their feathers everywhere. Some of the feathers are flying off, and they kind of tumble and roll and go into this nice little chicken hole now, and y'all can go ahead and grab them. And the farmer comes up and kind of looks at all of you and says, thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done without you. My chickens, they're my life. My wife just left me and they're all I have left.
Oh my
God. And he just runs into the pile of chicken and is just kind of like tearing up as he gathers his chickens. And you all look at him, accept it, and kind of look at each other. And Hazel, you see this group of interesting people, and I feel like maybe you want to introduce yourself.
Well, what you see before you is a little 3'3" gnome, and she's wearing pretty much just like it's like a potato sack, basically. It's not really an outfit. And she has bright red cheeks with little white freckles all over them. And out of her like messy hair, there's like actual like fungus and mushrooms growing, and you can kind of see it like off bits of her body as well. And she just runs up and stares at your faces and goes, hi, hello, hi.
Hi.
Those chickens, whoa.
What are you? You're so tiny.
I'm not tiny. Well, I'm not tall, but I'm not tiny.
Well,
I'm Hazel.
well, I'm Barnaby. I apologize. I'm sorry. You're very tall. Yes. Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
tall. So tall.
And I like push my hand out. I'm like, nice to meet you.
I extend a paw.
Whoa. And I like look at the others.
I don't know them.
Wow.
You say you don't know them, and in that moment, Rialto, you kind of turn and you just feel like manners-wise that it's time to introduce you feel like that's the right move, is to introduce yourself, because you've been taught, it's rude. They don't know you. You should.
Yes, obviously. So before you see a water genasi. He has silver hair that's pulled into a messy bun, and his light blue skin is covered in small freckles. On his person, there is a orangish, a beigeish kind of colored robe that he's wearing, and he's walking with a simple short staff, walking towards all of you. He starts to wipe some of the feathers that were all across his clothing, and he says, very kind to meet all of you. My name is Rialto.
Hi.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet all of you as well.
Pleasure.
I would like to use prestidigitation to get all the feathers off of Rialto.
Perfect. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So you go ahead and do you want to describe your actions or anything, or?
Oh, me?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, I just very
'Cause you
quickly
just
just
see
like, yeah, I just very quickly just go like this. And like all the feathers kind of like disappear in like a blue kind of like glittery smoke.
Okay.
They just go
All right.
and they're all
so
gone.
you make that movement as Rialto's walking up and introducing himself, and you just see these kind of blue little puffs and sparkles kind of click, 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 click through his outfit, and all of a sudden he is featherless. There's now no proof that you had anything to do with the chickens, Rialto. And as you guys are kind of gathering and getting to know each other, the chicken man comes up and he's holding a few of his chickens, still kind of sniffling, and he goes, "So, are you guys the people that Ronith gathered? Are you guys here to help Weldstone?"
Oh yeah, actually, General Ronith, my mother sent me here to look for some adventurers. She said I could find some people here to help me.
Well, you guys look like you worked good so far.
I don't know them until just now.
Well, I mean, if you've saved my chickens, and he kind of, and he takes a moment, he goes, "You could do anything."
Oh,
Walks off just holding his chickens, and mind you, he has some of the chickens in his arms and the rest are now naturally following behind him back to their coop and back to where he needs to go. And Chicken Papa makes his way and just uses kind of you see as he walks away, one of the chickens in his arm, he kind of just like wipes his tears on the feathers because he can't really wipe it himself.
We
And he just
stand
kind of like
Chicken Daddy.
pats his face with his chicken and keeps walking off.
We love Chicken Dad. We stand
beauty.
Chicken Dad.
The beauty of nature. Right
The beauty.
do you think he's
tissue.
okay?
Nature's tissue. Barnaby takes one of his ears and kind of like wipes a tear away from his eyes. Oh, that was lovely. That was a nice fellow.
I hope we see him again.
Yes, on that note, Hazel and Delphine and Rialto, correct?
Rialto.
Correct.
Pleasure to meet you.
I never got any tea. I need some tea. You guys need some tea.
I need some tea, and I should probably return this to the shopkeep. And I hold up the tablecloth that I took off one of the tables.
Let's get
Got a
some
little
tea.
bit of dirt on it, but
Yeah.
it's good. And y'all kind of walk back to the tea house, and you go in, and there's no chaos in there. It's still just as calm as it once was. Like there were no chicken moments before. And you just see that the turtle is still mixing up, and she has a large cup in her big turtly claws, and it's steaming, and you can smell freshly brewed tea. And she kind of walks over and she looks at you, Barnaby, and she goes, "I was sure hoping you'd come back. It's going to be delicious." And she kind of cups her hands, and you think that the cup's kind of gonna fall, but it actually just raises up to more of your hand level so that you're able to grab it. And she doesn't have to like actually like shakily raise it up to you to grab. And you now have a fresh, warm cup of tea. Feel free to sip it. Feel free to stare at it, whatever you may be doing with a large cup of tea. And it actually, for your paws, is like a good size. Like, you know, it's pretty large for most people, but for you, it's a good size of.
I feel like Barnaby has it in his hands and kind of takes a sip and well, I like this. And he kind of hops from like one foot to another in a circle, like, oh, I love this. And he like surprisingly has like extremely good dexterity, and like he's hopping back and forth in a circle, but it's like cushioning the cup so he doesn't like, it's not spilling anywhere. He has like complete control over it, but he's just kind of bouncing from one, hopper to another and going, oh, this is so lovely. And he kind of just like looks around, like realizing there's other people in here. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. And then the turtle kind of looks, and y'all are still kind of standing in the entrance of this tea house, and she goes, "Well, why don't you sit down and stay for a little bit? Or you can stand. I'm not one to judge.
Oh, yes.
We-
Oh, sitting. Yes. Oh, yes. That's...
I like sitting down. We can sit.
Yeah,
And
sitting's
y'all
fine.
can see kind of a booth in the back left corner that you guys can all go take a seat and chat. And she goes, and all of you, except for Delphine and except for Barnaby, feel a warmth go over them. And then it disappears. And she looks and she goes, I know exactly what I'll get you to. And she runs back to the tea wall and starts flicking and waving and brewing up another bunch of tea.
I've never had tea.
Oh, it's really good. It's like made out of like plants and stuff.
Ooh.
Well, to be honest, I was looking for a pub, but this is perfectly great. I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Oh, can you not have tea at a pub?
Typically.
Not necessarily.
You may get some looks, but yes, you could have tea at a
You
pub.
could have tea at a pub, yes.
You could have tea at a pub.
You could have tea in a pub, yes.
Yes. If you brought your
I
own,
once saw
essentially.
someone order
Someone
milk.
actually walks in after you and kind of overheard and he goes, you could have tea at a pub.
Okay, so you
Kind
could
of like under their breath.
you
Just some
could
guy
have
like,
tea
yeah,
at a
you could have
pub.
tea at a
Like,
pub.
You
I mean,
could.
like, you could have tea at a pub. Yeah.
You could, but you might get some looks. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the name of
And
episode 1? You could
he-
have tea.
It is now.
Yep.
And the other, the guy that just walked in and kind of like was like, I mean, like you could. He looks over at you and kind of walks up and he goes, so I overheard that you were sent here to help General Ronith, and kind of looks at all of you.
Yes.
All right.
I was.
I don't
Perfect.
know who that is.
Goes, well, he's the general for the army that's fighting for Weldstone and protecting the town. Are you not aware of anything that's happening right now?
I mean,
Are you not aware of the dark backdrop to this tea house?
I'm a rabbit. A simple rabbit. He smiles awkwardly as fuck. Oh.
And you go ahead and I'll have you do a perception roll, Barnaby.
Okay. Perception, thank God for expertise. It's not a -3.
Oh, the highs and lows, really.
My first roll was a nat 20. My second roll was a nat 1.
Oh
Life is all
no.
about balance. So Barnaby, he kind of says, do you not realize this dark backdrop behind this tea house? And you kind of look around and you're like, you kind of nudge whoever's sitting next to you. I want to say you probably sat by Delphine since you already did that. And you kind of nudge and you're like, this guy doesn't know how shadows work.
he's like, it's not even that. He's like, it's not actually not that dark in here.
Yeah, but it's really dark outside, Barnaby.
Oh.
And he kind of takes a moment and so he heard that you are here for Ronith, and he looks at Delphine and goes, wait, aren't you that princess? He looks quizzically and isn't quite sure how to refer to you, Delphine.
Can I roll an insight check to see if he's part of Ronith's army or anyone in that, like,
You can
Or
kind
perception.
of look them over and see. Go ahead and do. Well, let's do insight.
Okay.
See if he really knows what's going on.
20?
Yeah, you see a few things. So you kind of look him over, and he doesn't seem like anyone who's like sketchy or like that you shouldn't trust. You kind of get that he knows about Ronith, and that he's probably just kind of stepping away from the front of the Weldstone battle. And like I said, this tea house is home to just kind of giving that people who are normally in Weldstone fighting a chance to just relax and take away, because the fight where they are fighting is actually nearest the forest, and that is actually the farthest side. So you guys are kind of on the opposite side of there. So he's taking a break, but he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll because I'm on the edge of the booth, I'll stand up and look at him. Yes, Delphine Capel. Nice to meet you.
And he goes, nice to meet you. And he kind of bows. He doesn't really, he's kind of like just civilian type deal. He doesn't really know how to bow for you, but he tries to show.
He'll try to. I'll curtsy in response.
It's an awkward bow, but he tries and he goes, well, it's very nice to meet you. I did hear word that you were coming, and well, other than the rabbit fellow, I assume that these are your friends, your fellow adventurers that can help. Would you like me to guide you through Weldstone and see what we can find and see if I can get you to where you need to be?
I would love that. I was going to go up to General Ronith myself, but I couldn't really get past all of his people.
It gets a little bit chaotic the closer you get in. So I understand, and I can help. Feel free to finish your tea, enjoy what Lala makes you, and I'll wait for you outside.
Okay, and perfect. Thank you so much.
He tries to bow. He doesn't really know the formalities, so he bows and tries to like back away as he bows, and kind of bumps a chair behind him. But then,
be careful.
I'll see you outside. He goes, thank you. And he goes and he sits at one of the outside tables. So yeah, you all have just been, some of you, invited and just gathered for this adventure. You can wait for Lala to serve you tea. You can head out, or what would you like to do?
I don't want to be rude to Lala. I stole one of her tablecloths.
And you all of a sudden, you have that tablecloth still in your hand because you kind of wanted to give it, and you kind of feel a tug on it. And as you loosen your grip, it kind of floats up, shakes off in the air, and lays on a table. And you hear kind of from the wall, just the little turtle voice that goes, I mean, you can ask next time, but thank you for bringing it back.
I'm sorry, Madam Lala. It was an emergency with chickens.
Anything for the chickens, dear. I understand. I've been alive a while. Chickens are important. And that man, did you hear? He lost his wife. She just left him. She wasn't a chicken fan. She just kind of then starts mumbling to the tea.
Because who doesn't love chickens?
Why would you
I
marry?
know.
Why would you marry a man who's known for his chickens and then not love his chickens?
Maybe he hid his chickens.
She was in it for the wrong thing.
Hid the chickens during the marriage.
Yeah, maybe he hid the chickens.
Like under his
under his bed.
I was gonna say under his shirt, but that makes more sense.
I don't know.
He brought the chicken.
When you court women, do you not, or whoever you fancy, when you court them, do you not hide the things that you are most afraid of?
I personally don't even have chickens, so I don't know what I have to hide.
Okay, perfect. Great. I also don't have anything to hide.
Rabbits.
I also don't have anything to hide. What's wrong?
I'm sure you don't. Hazel.
Hazel, whenever you say something like that as a proclamation, I am inclined to believe the opposite.
Well, I can hide easily, but that's just because I'm not tiny. I'm just smaller.
I didn't call you tiny.
Well,
I'm sorry I called you tiny earlier. I didn't mean it like that. You're just under my sight range.
I wonder when that tea is coming out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's better.
And
It's quite good.
As there's kind of like an awkward look around, Lala starts walking up with the tea and goes, "I'm sorry, I would have brewed it faster, but I was having fun listening." And she kind of twists her fingers, and they go and they sit in front of their respective people, and she hobbles off and goes back to her tea wall to keep playing with tea.
That's fascinating. Huh.
I'm gonna lift up the cup and blow on it and then take a sip.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it very do I love it? I assume I love it.
Love it. It's the first time you've had tea. However, the way that it's concocted is just very sweet and kind of reminds you of the good parts of home. That are more comforting, and as you've traveled so far away, you just feel kind of like a nice warm hug from this cup of tea.
This is the most special drink I've ever had in my whole life.
Careful, don't spill it. It's hot.
But it's tasty.
Well, take your time.
You look back up as you kind of like chug it. Mind you, it is burning as it goes down. It's not like,
ow,
like it's hot, but you can't stop yourself. And you look up and you're like, and it's just kind of like dripping down your face. And I like tea.
It's really yummy.
Yeah, and actually, since you decided to chug the tea,
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh. Okay.
let's do a Constitution save. Yeah, we'll do the save.
Just save. Okay. Oh, 17.
What problem?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Strong.
So it was you kind of just like took a moment and you like set it down. And you're like, and then you powered through, and it kind of y'all saw her breathing the heat, and you kind of thought you saw a little bit of steam come out of her nose, but you look back and she looks okay, but you're keeping an eye on her just in case. And yeah, Rialto, feel free to drink yours. Yours is good. It's very earthy, which is comforting to you. It kind of mellows out after the chicken chaos, and you feel good. You feel calm. Not that you don't normally feel calm, but it kind of matches your tone.
Okay. Rialto kind of sits back then and holds the cup in his hands. He looks at the rest of the adventurers at the table and says, so I'm assuming that you're all here to also help out General Ronith. Am I saying that correctly? Yes. Okay. Here to help General Ronith. Do you mind if I ask why you all chose to come along?
And I will say, Delphine, your letter does kind of hint that Ronith, mind you, Weldstone has had a long history. You all know this, a long history of war. It's gone on for a century. It didn't used to be known before that century for war, but it has most recently gone from a land of beauty and greenery to a war and fighting. And you know that there's something funky happening between Weldstone and the magical forest that it is placed next to. And basically, Ronith reached out to you, hoping to gather some people to help him finally end the battle. He thinks he's found something that might be able to help bring peace.
Cool. So, as you and I both know, Rialto, Weldstone has been in a land of war for quite some time now, and General Ronith reached out to me as I am a spellcaster and magic wielder, but also a School of Divination wizard, to hopefully uncover what it is that we can do to bring peace to this land. He believes that that peace lies in the magical forest, but as he and those closest to him are not spellcasters, he wanted me to come along just to see if I would be able to have some kind of arcane eye to help him see what he is not known to the unknown. The unknown eye.
Fascinating. And you, young Miss Hazel?
Well, as you know, there has been war in this land for quite some time. And I just want to give them a good kicking. And yeah, that's me.
Rialto kind of just stares off and his eyes glaze over for a quick second before he comes back. All right. And you, Barnaby, was it?
Yes, Barnaby. I frankly don't know what's going on here. That's okay. I am just enjoying the conversation. Do you need help? It sounds like you need help. I can help if you'd like help. I mean, I am good at certain things. I'm sure I'm not doing anything particularly right now. This tea is very good, but I don't really have anywhere to be. In fact, I never have anywhere to be. I can help if you need help.
I mean, that jump flip you did in the air was really cool. I'm assuming that you were skilled at some form of acrobatics.
I am a rabbit.
Yeah, that's why I know it's implied. Sophie's like trying really hard to be nice. And it's just like, I'm so sorry. So yeah, if you can come along if you'd want to.
Oh, sure, I'm a good shot with my crossbow here, and he kind of slings it out and shows you guys the black oak.
I have one
crossbow.
too.
Oh,
And she takes out her short bow. She takes out her short bow that's like silver and adorned in like runes across the bar of it.
Now that is quite the weapon you have there. I love it. So nice.
Shall we go? Once y'all are finished with your tea?
Yeah, we can go.
Okay.
Rialto kind of like snaps back into reality after that strange tangent that Barnaby came. Yes. Yes.
Yes, that effect on people.
Rialto said, I'm not paying attention.
So,
As you all are kind of finishing your tea and realizing, you know what? Yeah, we're all here maybe for a different reason, but this seems like the right next step. I don't really know these people, but we all saved those chickens together. That means something. And you all take that as a sign that your next step is to go together. And so you start cleaning up the table because you have manners. You're trying to be nice. And Lala goes, "Oh, you can just leave it. He'll deal with it." And she flicks her finger, and the tablecloth that was sat on the table kind of morphs into a blobby form and starts using its hands or the edges of its cloth and starts scooping up the cups and brings it and floats to the back and just helps her out. And she goes, "Have a good day. It's on the house. Chickens and stuff." And you all start to walk towards the door and head out there, and the man is still waiting for you. And he looks and he says,
Oh, I'm sorry, we never got your name.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. After all the chaos and seeing how you all work together, I was quick to just rush in. My name is Jeremy. It's very...
I hate it here. I fucking hate it here.
Very nice to meet you.
Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
It is spelled like Jeremy, but please know that it's Jeremy. He goes,
Duly noted.
"If you would like to follow me, I can lead you through the ranks and make sure that you don't get lost on your way, or at least lead you to the whereabouts of Weldstone that you're looking for. Just
I would
follow me.
appreciate that.
I'm here for you. Do you have any questions as you might ask? I don't know how much Ronith told you, but we can chat as we go." And he starts leading you down this dirt path, and as you kind of travel down it, you see that the daisies that were around every other path and sprinkled very nicely, not necessarily with purpose, but they were there and adorning the sides. they definitely start to fade off and disappear and kind of die off a little bit the closer you get to the almost shadow covered Weldstone in front of you.
What is the cause of this war?
Well, rumor has it that the forest is upset. I don't know how much you know about it or how much you know about anything here, but the Undying Thicket, which is the forest on the other side, it used to be a place that was green and beautiful and lovely, but from what I've heard in recent days, there's been dark, hate-filled spirits coming from it, and they've never been very happy, and there just seems to always be some sort of disruption between our people and the forest. And we've been dealing with these attacks for a century now. My grandfather, his grandfather, we've all been through it, and honestly, I'm not sure I see an end in sight. Well, not to put you at any dismay. I'm very happy you're here. I just, when so many years has passed, there's not much hope you have moving forward, but I'm very happy you've chosen to come and help us.
Can I do a history check to see what was in those letters that I read previously about the past wars, if I had gotten any information?
Yeah. There was a letter from your mom in there, so we'll see how much she knew. Go ahead and roll history.
24.
Whatever. Y'all. These rolls. All right. I see you. So you do know from your mother that there, again, as she said, that there's been war for a century, and kind of rumors has it, no one really knows, right? It was so long ago that no one truly knows, and as tales go, they kind of switch, and more information is added, some is lost. However, I believe they knew that there was some sort of guardian, you could say, of Weldstone that would often go into the forest and would kind of communicate with the spirits there, and that something happened. And when that thing happened, and no one truly knows what it was, the forest started attacking Weldstone, and Weldstone started fighting back. And they kind of kept bumping up more and more army and more base there. And yeah, they've just been fighting for so long, and they think that there might have been some sort of fallout, some sort of thing that popped up with their guardian that used to be there for the town.
Yeah, that was my reasoning for asking.
Okay.
And is no one trying to speak to the spirits or talk to the spirits or reason with the spirits? Typically when spirits are angered, they have some business that is unfinished or something that is troubling them. Spirits aren't typically meant to be angry or disruptive.
I agree. I know that there's normally different ways to talk to the spirits. However, I'm not blessed with that skill. I'm not able to really connect with them. And we trust General Ronith. He's trying his best. The only thing he wants is to bring peace for our land and the forest. Things were better when both sides were in agreement and were working together. So I would assume that he's tried. However, there is this, and he kind of like pauses, like he doesn't really want to say, and he goes, "There's this woman in town, but she's a little wild. I truly think she's a little off her hinges. But she's really loves the forest, and she oddly doesn't really like us standing up for ourselves. But there's a wild one in every town."
him saying that she's off her hinges immediately puts me in fight or flight. Immediately puts me just like on my guard.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Where can we find her?
Yeah, where can we find her?
And he kind of looks at y'all, and you want her? You don't want Ronith, or?
I just want to speak to her. I just want to see what's happening.
2 is better than 1, and the more the merrier.
Well, they don't quite get along, but we'll see. We might run into her in town. She kind of scurries about. She's hard to pinpoint, but believe me, when you see her, you will know. And he kind of just like leaves it at that. He doesn't know and doesn't keep track of her. And just kind of
Barnaby's like, oh, I totally understand that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
And as y'all are chatting and kind of talking, you notice that you are deeper into Weldstone, and it is pretty cloudy and not as happy and bright as it was in Felden. And you're starting to see a lot more of a mess of soldiers patrolling and milling about, and that there is a forest that you have gotten closer to. And the closer you get to the forest, the denser the amount of soldiers and amount of encampment or camps and tents and everything is closer, just kind of like definitely making a barrier that looks like it's trying to protect, not necessarily to attack, but just to put a little bit more space between the forest and the people. And he looks at you. Jeremy looks at you and goes, if you head off into that camp over there, and he kind of points off, you should be able to find Ronith. He's probably near the mayor's quarters in there. They might be discussing things, but if you talk to the men, they'll probably be able to bring you his way. I don't precisely know where he is, but he'll definitely be in that area. And if you need anything, I'll kind of looks and he goes, I guess I'll be in the pub.
Did you know that
Hazel.
yeah, what?
Never mind, you can go ahead.
So tea is you can have tea at a pub, but you could get some looks.
And he looks at you
So
and he
proud of
goes, you can have tea in a pub. And he kind of looks at you quizzically and just keeps walking on his way.
Do you think if I had tea at that pub, it would be as good as the tea at the other not pub?
Probably not.
Oh.
It's like if it's like if you go to someone who's a specialist in something and ask them to make something else, the something else is never as good as if you went to someone who specialized in that thing. So Madame Lala specializes in tea and creating it for different people. So her tea is really good, but there's also bad tea in the world that does not taste good.
Where is that tea?
In a pub, probably.
In the pub. Oh, damn it.
Barnaby starts hopping towards the pub.
Sophie have the same brain.
Barnaby hops towards the pub after the guy.
Okay, wait.
I thought we were. Delphine does not have time for this and starts walking toward Rialto's tent.
Literally just ignore him.
Barnaby! No!
He turns around. What? The pub. I walked into the tea trying to get pub. Found you. I found you guys, and then General Ronith, and then. But the tea was not what I originally was trying to go to the pub.
I will buy you an ale later, but we have to get going.
Right. I said I would help you. Let's go find General Razzlebars.
Close enough.
Romuth,
Okay.
I think.
Getting close.
Ronin.
There.
All right,
Ronin!
let's go find him.
Ronith!
Ronith.
Ronith.
All right, General Ronith.
What a lovely name.
General Ronith! He just starts hopping towards where the guy had pointed.
I take my invitation out from my cloak so that the guys aren't just attacking Barnaby.
Yep.
And I show them
Okay, perfect. And as Barnaby goes screaming through this camp, that is already just kind of like all of you look around, and Barnaby might not notice it because he's too busy screaming. But you kind of look and you see that these soldiers that are kind of walking in all sorts of ways, some of them moving with purpose, some of them just walking, they look worn out. They look tired. Some of them look like maybe they were just recently covered in just some like hits. There's some mud on their armor. Nothing looks like fresh, shining, sparkling armor. Nothing of the elite forces of any army. They look like they have been through the ringer and they are just trying to keep morale up and keep moving. And yeah, you just keep walking through the crowd of soldiers. You move through the camp. Some of you screaming, some of them looking at the large rabbit man jumping and screaming through. And you finally hear one of them go, did you mean Ronith? Are you looking for General Ronith?
Yes, General Raznith, yes.
Ronith, yes. Yes, Ronith.
Please, and one of them kind of looks towards you, Rialto, and he goes, you might want to keep and he turns his chin up and he goes, your bunny man in order. We show the deepest of respects to General Ronith. Please know that he has been fighting for us for a long time, and we don't want any disrespect on his name. However, go ahead. However,
Rialto will actually interrupt this man as he says
let's
that.
go. Yeah.
And Rialto will say, I give the most respect to General Ronith because we have the same goal at the end. However, if you all feel that our companion here is disrespecting him in any way, maybe you should find someone else to help you all.
And he kind of, you know what? Insight check on the soldier.
Let's go.
Damn.
Finger gun.
He pulls out his sunglasses and puts them on.
you freeze frame and the glasses just drop.
What's up? What's good?
He has you say, Rialto says that to him, and his little snide chin, it kind of falls, and he kind of fixes himself and checks himself and realizes, hey, if Ronith has asked this group of adventurers to come through and help, maybe he should check his respect.
Wait, can I also check him? I want to check him really bad.
like check him or like
spiritually check him, like knock him down a few pegs.
Yeah, you can go ahead and.
No, I'm gonna do this without a roll. Without a roll. So Delphine realizes that this is going on. She hears this, fixes her diadem, and walks up to the soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, pleasure to meet you. Princess Delphine Capel of the Lunar Region. General Ronith called me specifically to gather a group of adventurers. And if you don't see that my adventurers are fit to the challenge that General Ronith has prepared in front of us, I can just go back to my mother of the Lunar Region and withdraw our help.
And you kind of see
Please
his
watch your
eyes
tone
get big, and all of a sudden you hear, Lolly, get over here. And you look up and you see a elven man in decent armor. It's not as beat up and muddied. It looks like it was freshly clean and kind of shined. It's still, has its wear and tear, but it looks like it's been tried to keep order of it. And he presents himself in a very different way than most of these rundown soldiers. And he said, and he kind of points off, and Lolly, the soldier that you were just kindly talking to, shapes up and starts walking away to his position, and out walks a long red-haired elf. It is half tied up, braids on both sides of his face. He has bright honey eyes, a lighter complexion, and he says, "My lady, it's nice to meet you." And he bows.
Nice
and
to
says,
see you, General
I
Ronith.
am General Ronith. It is very nice to see. And you and your friends, you've come. I'm so excited to see you. I was of the utmost surprise that your mother let you come out here, but please know that I am so grateful to have you here with us. And we can, I was checking the time, sorry. And he goes, feel free, come into my tent and let's discuss, shall we?
Yeah, let's discuss.
And he turns and he goes, and all of you as well. It's very nice to meet you. And he's very charming. He's very excited. In comparison to all of the very run down soldiers that are just not doing well mentally, perhaps they look very tired. They need a nap. They maybe want to go hug a puppy. Ronith is very charming. He is peppy. He knows that there's a lot going on, but he is here to lift everyone's spirits, and he is here to welcome you in with open arms. He's very excited, and you all feel this. He is genuinely very excited to see all of you here. And he's so excited, and he turns and he goes, feel free, follow me in, and would any of you like water?
Do you
Go ahead.
do you have tea?
We just stopped by Madame Lella's shop.
Oh,
so
Lala, she's so wonderful. The best of tea. And little one,
Excuse me?
Well, we do have. And he pauses and he look. I'm sorry to offend. Did I misspeak?
I am not that little. I am Hazel.
Oh, I am very sorry. I did not mean to offend, my lady. Hazel, you wonderful spirit, you great, grandiose person. It is great to meet you. And I have tea, but I'm afraid it won't live up to Lala. But
That's
would be
okay.
happy to brew it for you.
Okay.
Probably better than the pub.
True.
And he looks and he goes, you could have tea at the pub. And he walks into his tent and walks, and y'all can follow him in and go ahead and take a seat wherever you need. As you enter through the tent, it's dimly lit. There are candles around. It looks like there's a few different maps out. Just kind of the normal war planning that you would see. Just where are the front lines? Where is everyone going? And he's kind of in a little corner and looks like he's scooping a few leaves and just boiling some water over a small fire. And he says, I am so excited to have you here. I need the very best here to help us. I think I may have found a solution to our problems. We've had a few scouts able to go in to the forest, and I think I found a relic, or heard rumor of a relic within the forest that I think could be our answer to peace.
are you suggesting, General Ronith, I mean no disrespect, are you suggesting that we go into the forest and steal a magical relic that belongs to the thicket?
Well, I don't know necessarily that it belongs to the thicket. A long time ago, we had an ancestor, and I think they were betrayed by the forest, and that something might have been lost. And I feel like maybe this relic might be it. It might be the solution to our problems. And please know, I would not send you alone. I would send you with my very best scout. He is able to find almost anything. We just need your assistance in getting into the forest, and maybe not having that Weldstone essence of you might make the forest a little bit more welcoming.
Can I roll perception?
What are you trying to perceive?
Or insight? I'm just trying to perceive their intentions of retrieving this relic.
Yeah.
Because I think in Delphine's mind right now, the way that it has come across with the numerous people that we've talked to, they're trying to suppress the magic of the forest and are harming the forest. And to Delphine, that is not okay.
Yeah.
So she's having a very like Delphine's spirit is like connected to the moon goddess. Like she's very much a nature kind of person. And so she's having a very hard time trying to like wrap her brain around all of this.
Yeah, feel free. Go ahead and roll insight.
And why Delphine is doing that? Can I
23.
nudge Hazel and be like, I still have no idea what's going on.
I don't understand a word that these people have said for the last 5 minutes.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Do you think we're actually adventurers and we just forgot? Or do you think that they think we're... Do they think we think they know we're adventurers?
I'd like to imagine Rialto's between the two.
Absolutely.
They didn't sit next to each other. Yeah.
We're literally leaning across him.
Yeah. He's just this is like this.
He's like,
well, I think you
that
could
is
be an
the-
adventurer, but I'm
Well, you have a bow.
wanderer. Well, yeah, I've learned how to use it here and there, but I wouldn't
By
call myself an
adventuring?
adventurer. Well,
I imagine that Rialto is literally just kind of like trying to like close his eyes between you and just like
Meditate.
He would like to leave the space he is in. Hey, Rialto.
yeah. So
Cool.
what?
Hi.
you roll that insight check, and you can tell he doesn't have any intentions to necessarily harm the thicket or the forest or anything. He truly just feels like this is the best route and that this would be the answer to peace. You can tell he doesn't like necessarily know that the relic isn't the forest or if it's Weldstone's and it's lost in the forest. But he does know that his men found it and that his goal, like he's just tired of war and he wants to find a way to protect his people and make sure everyone is okay and find the peace that they haven't had for a century. So not you don't sense any
There's no
horrible,
malice in
ill
it.
intention.
Yeah, there's no malice. in
Yeah,
it.
towards the forest.
General Ronith, I heard, it's a rumor, as all things are rumors, but I heard that there used to be a guardian of the forest that would commune between the forest and Weldstone.
Yes, there is a rumor that we used to have an ancestor and she was very close with the forest and that she would go out and visit. Mind you, these are just tales. I'm not sure if this is exactly what happened, but rumor has it she would go out there and that there was some sort of conflicts falling out. I'm unsure, but ever since that happened and as our ancestors have passed down the tales, it just seems that we've fallen under attack between the forest and us, and there's just never been that peacefulness that once lived here. Not
Sure.
to mention there have been demon spirits that have been coming from the forest.
Demon
and coming
spirits.
out. And he sees your floppy ears kind of perk
Go
up,
like
not like straight up, but they kind of rise from the, from
Yeah,
the
like-
base in an interest. It goes, oh yes, well, I guess I should warn you. I wouldn't want you to take this adventure without knowing the risks. There have been a few dangerous things to happen. We have lost men. In any war, there are dangers. But the undying
Did you find them?
are lost men.
I'm standing in a way that Hazel cannot see me, and I'm just going,
He goes, well, yes, some of the bodies we found, but not all of them.
That's a very long game of hide and seek.
And he looks at
Quite
you
long.
and he goes, yes. And he kind of looks very concerned.
yeah, they're very good at hide and seek, and they're currently winning.
Well, that's nice.
Yes. And he kind of looks at Delphine and You can tell he's a little bit
message him.
concerned.
I pointed him very coyly in message.
You send message?
I sent message.
Okay, go ahead.
General Ronith, I understand that we are in a very dire predicament, and I understand that we are in times of war, but I cannot be held responsible for crushing this small gnome spirit. Not today.
And you kind of see his confusion go to kind of like concern, but also like an understanding. Like, okay, we'll work with it. And he looks back and he goes, so back to the dangers. There are ancient forests, dark spirits that, and just monstrous beasts that we've been in battle with over centuries. They keep coming at us, and we're here to protect our families. We're not necessarily here to, I don't want to cause harm, but if harm happens, it does. My role is to protect my people. And he says to make sure that you're cautious. Be aware of your surroundings. Know that when you step into the thicket, it is no longer our world. Anything can happen. It's the forest world at that point, and you better be on your guard. Mind you, I've also heard rumors from my men that there might be a demon spirit that is lurking, and I think it might be very powerful. It's not just a normal forest spirit that's trying to protect. I truly think it might be the one that's urging these attacks on my people and urging to fight us away from our own land as well. And one moment. He just kind of hints and like takes a pause, and he goes, honestly, if you see it, you may want to do what you can to avoid it. It's very dangerous, and I wouldn't want any of you to risk yourselves against. None of my men have even been able to scratch the surface of this spirit or protect themselves, and anyone who has come across it in full face has perished. And he kind of looks down, and you see him adjust himself, and you kind of see a skip in his peppy, we can do this attitude, and he takes a moment, pulls his shoulders back, and goes, but now you wouldn't have to worry about it. You are great adventurers. You know how to get through this, and you know what you can handle. I might not know this. You know what you can handle, and I do suggest you avoid her. But if you find any other spirits, see what you can do. See what you can do to get deeper into the thicket and find this relic. I truly think it is the answer to all of our problems. And mind you, you're not doing this unpaid. I'm willing to give you 7,500 gold pieces between all of you.
Well, that is very nice to hear. 7,500 gold pieces. I could get tea in every town from here to
the next town over.
Exactly.
Yes, from here to the next town over.
It's a lot of tea that one could get.
That's a lot of tea, and I could get it at every pub too. We could actually see if we could get tea at the pub. We could get beer at the pub. We could get anything at the pub.
While this is happening, Delphine very quietly looks at Rialto and just goes, "Do you have any questions for General Ronith?"
General Ronith, the only question I do have to ask is: this war has been going on for a long time. Am I misremembering that?
Not very long. Yes.
Is this demon spirit that you're talking about right now, is this one that has been presiding within this forest since the beginning of this war, or is this something that you recently have come across?
Well, the attacks have been getting more frequent and more dangerous, and I don't think they're all the same. It's not all the same beast spirit that we've been seeing, the large one that we feel that is very powerful that you should avoid, but I believe the attacks started with them, and as life continued to go and we kept bringing in more troops to try to protect our people, the attacks kept getting worse and more spirits of the forest came out, and we've lost many men, but we've bolstered our forces. We've been protecting our people, and the women and children, they've been okay. We haven't lost anyone there. And while it did start with that one, it has grown to something a little bit more concerning over the century. And at this point, we're kind of, and he again, his little confident face drops, and he pauses, and you kind of see a dark shade kind of just like go over him, and he goes, we're kind of at a loss of what to do next. And he swallows, and he looks at Delphine, and he kind of goes and grabs your hands, but he goes, but that's why I reached out to you and your family and your friends, and I truly think that you can help us find the relic and bring peace to our people. I think I finally found what we can do. We don't have to lose any more people.
I agree. I will ask that as we move towards the thicket and into the thicket, that your men, for the time being, those that are not with us on our journey, do not attack or provoke by coming near the thicket too close, because I don't want the spirits to get agitated any more than they will already be with us going into the thicket and invading their space.
Absolutely. I respect. I will have them guard and do no more. We won't have anybody besides your group going out there. And mind you, my scout, I've not introduced you to my scout, but he should be here shortly, and I will do what I can to not provoke. However, if they do step into Weldstone and cross that border, I will have to do what I can to defend.
Yes, of course. I understand that completely. I'm glad that we are on the same page, General Rona.
Yes,
it brings me great peace to know that we are on the same page.
Yes, and I will do what I can. I do pity the beasts that come out, and they do seem filled with hate, but I unfortunately cannot stop myself from doing what I need to protect my people. And I thank you for respecting that. And he looks at all of you and he says, do any of you have any questions before moving forward?
I don't have a question, but I just think you're doing a really great job and you should be proud of yourself, and you seem sad, but I think you should be happy.
And you do actually kind of see him wince when you say he seems sad, but then he goes, and he gets down on his knee, doesn't call you little. He gets down on his knee and he goes, I love your spirit and I'm very happy you're here. And then behind his back, he kind of moves his hand and he places his tea that he brewed you, and he goes, it might not be Lala's tea, but I hope you enjoyed it.
Somehow, even beneath her like red cheeks, she somehow like shines brighter red and is just like, thank you.
Is it bad?
Enjoy.
Is it a good tea?
Terrible.
Roll for it.
Lala. Actually,
I was gonna say, yeah,
I
roll
think
for it.
roll. Go ahead and roll. Just do a normal, like D2. If you can just roll a D20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2?
Oh,
Yes.
let's go.
So where Lala's tea was very comforting, and it reminded you of home, and you were so looking forward to it. And honestly, Lala's tea, it kind of still lingered. The smell of it lingered, and just the warmth, and just wonderful. Like it almost brought a tear to your eye, and you were so excited to have this new cup of tea. And as you go, and you kind of sniff it, and you notice it kind of smelled more like leafy, but you're not gonna say no. He was very kind. He got you a tea, and you got very excited. Do you chug or do you sip?
I chug.
So in a natural form, you were already very excited because you thought it was like Lala's tea, and so you go ahead and chug, and the taste of it reminds you of sticks and dirt and just nature, and it's not Lala's tea.
Oh
It's
no.
not Lala's tea. what do? Now that you've tasted this tea, you have a big gulp in your mouth. It is quite warm, not scalding because it had been waiting for a little bit. But it is quite warm in your mouth. Tastes like dirt, sticks, mud, all the natural ingredients that you put into tea.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna spit it out. Not necessarily like aiming for his face, but like kind of just like, and it like going back in the cup, but also out. And I'm like, yummy.
I think seeing that, Barnaby pats like the general on the back with his big paw, because his paws are huge for like a smaller, like slender, like humanoid. He's not that tall. He's only 5'5", but his paws are big, and he pops him on the back and goes, pop, pop, pop. Well, General, after listening to you, I definitely want to help your cause. I do feel quite sorry for what's going on, even though I didn't realize what was going on. We'll do our best.
I'm very excited to have you.
Change.
He goes, and I know of the rabbit folk. They are great, very agile. I'm very excited to see your moves. I could not be happier to see you here.
And with that, Barnaby uses rabbit hop and jumps 12 feet in the air, not paying attention to what is above him.
Aren't we indoors? Am I misremembering? Okay,
yes. You are. Okay, so as you go and you get really excited that he knows, and you go ahead and you hop 12 feet into the air, and you go ahead and you take down this general tent, because you hop straight up and you hit it, and it just kind of like topples, and he runs and tries to grab one side of it to hold it up, but it kind of just like caves because you hit that center peak and it kind of tumbles. And
the world is falling.
I would like to cast Mage Hand and help him grab the other side.
So that gets, I believe it's about 5 pounds. So you have a bit of 5 pounds of pressure on that Mage Hand holding up. So it is enough to let you guys get out a little bit, but it is definitely tumbled down. The fire was luckily put out by a pile because the gust of wind from the tent falling kind of blew it. It wasn't a massive fire. It blew it out. And kind of scattered some things and cooled off everything. Luckily, with that big gush of wind, there might have been a few cool things, but nothing catches fire currently. And as the tent is falling, you kind of start hearing some yells, some panic, and we are gonna take a break.
Perfect.
Oh my god!
I fight militia because Barnaby decided to leap 12 feet in the air.
I did the humanoid equivalent of a binky, if you know what that is when a rabbit does.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it was. So like Barnaby was like, ah, and just like popped up with like a little spaz of energy, and he just hopped up 12 feet into the air.
Oh, what an angel. Okay, we will be back in like 5-ish minutes. Go get your snacks, go take meds, go get water, do all the good stuff. We will see you very, very shortly. Hello. Ignore the growling. It's fine. Welcome back. The cat. I should have. I don't know what to say. Hello.
We're doing D&D today.
Hannah, is that a giant long cat in your background?
Yeah, it is.
Is that a Meowth? Oh no, it's just a long cat.
So cute.
Oh my god, does he wave?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry to derail. I just
it's fine.
I am the cat person.
Oh, it's so long. It's so long.
I was not expecting that.
Standing up.
That was unexpectedly long.
He's about as tall as I am in real life. Like I'm a bit taller, but yeah.
Want one really bad. That's all.
Weird flex,
Okay.
Hannah. I'm a bit taller than the cat that's in my background. I just want to throw that out there.
Weird
So what you're
flex,
saying is
but okay.
this hazel part is really in your heart. Is what you're
Oh
saying.
my god.
What I heard. Damn.
I need to leave. The stream is over. We've had fun. I need to go.
Hannah said the campaign is disbanded.
Yeah,
Sorry about
exactly.
it.
I got bullied.
Yeah, we made it half an episode.
didn't even make
Yeah,
it
by
all
the way,
way
chat,
through
I'm
it.
literally 5'5". I'm not even short. I'm so average. I just wanna.
Or wait, no, now I really need that hat. That's gonna be so cute.
I'm definitely not 5'2". It's fine.
You're so tall, Cat. Oh my god.
Too tall.
You're amazing.
All right. Are y'all ready to jump
Yes.
back in? Hop
Yeah.
back in. Be a bunny.
excited.
All right. So, in case y'all are just coming in, welcome. We have found our group in an army camp in Weldstone. You've basically been told by General Ronith that there are some weird spirits and there's a weird vibe coming from the underlying, what is it? The undying thicket that is on the border of Weldstone. And there seem to be some hateful spirits, some demonic spirits and beasts that keep coming from the thicket into Weldstone and just attacking the people, or they go out and the spirits attack them out there. There's just been non-stop combat between the two. Ronith is here to protect his people. He wants to bring peace, and you all are here to try to help him bring it to Weldstone and to the thicket. So he has told you about this relic that is lying in there that they have scouted and found, and he wants your help going and grabbing it and seeing what you can do with it. However, in the excitement of chatting and the likes in his nice little tent, Barnaby decided to show off his Rebekin powers and his prowess and jump straight into the air, 12 feet into the air, knocking over this general's tent in this camp area, and it falls over. And as it falls over, there's a little bit of chaos, and y'all are trying to scramble out. And as you scramble out, a beautiful blonde soldier runs up. He looks like he is also in armor that is well kept, kind of like General Ronith's. And he runs up and he says, "Ronith, a beast. It's attacked the men." And you hear some clamoring, and he looks at you, and Ronith looks at you, and he goes, "Theris, gather the people. We must go get the people. Please." And he turns to you. "Please, can you help us deal with this beast?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Sure. Beast,
You
yes.
Here,
Pew, pew.
as you all are saying yes, you hear a clamoring, and you see a little bit in the distance tents that are just kind of soaring off. You thought you caused a ruckus, Barnaby, with hitting the tent and it falling over, but this is just a domino effect that you're seeing in the background of these tents being thrown up and thrown over, and you just kind of hear large snarls just in the distance that are kind of just echoing through this camp. And there is a long 30-foot, 10-foot wide dirt road between where you see the tents being destroyed, and you kind of see shadowy sludge kind of flinging in different directions. And you also see some men, and Ronith and Thera take off, and they go and start to grab people and pull them out of the way. And I will have everyone roll initiative.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh!
Riasto's stuck in the tent still, like.
Oh god! Oh god! This is why the good rolls have stopped. Oh
Yep,
no!
they said battle.
good.
Let's go.
We used all the good
Okay.
rolls on the chickens. So
100%.
Of course it would.
So, as it makes sense, Barnaby is the first out of all of you, and let me go ahead and write everyone down so that I have everyone's order as well.
Lovely.
Uh-huh. Not me mixing both your real names and your character names on my sheet.
Hazel Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't make it easy.
Crispy Swiftfoot.
Yeah.
You're
Dan Alto.
Dan Alto.
Daydreamer Alto.
I love Daydreamer Alto. It's my favorite streamer.
Yeah, it's my
What do you
favorite.
mean?
Go check out Daydreamer Alto,
Yeah,
guys.
go check out Daydreamer Alto. It's my favorite streamer.
On
Jude
Twitter.
Capel. Sounds like an author. Like Jude
does.
Capel.
It does.
Beautiful.
All right. So you see this shadowy, sludgy beast kind of just making these snarling noises. You can't really see the shape or what it is. You just know it is a very angry, hateful spirit that you assume is kind of what Ronith was talking about. And you know that people are in danger. And it's probably, at this point, probably the 30 feet from you. And oh, actually he's down a 10-foot path. So he's probably the 10 feet from you and kind of throwing people everywhere. And Barnaby, you are first up.
Does it notice? Does it see us yet? Is it looking in our
it's
direction?
kind of in an angry rage. It is in your direction, but it's not focused on you specifically. It is kind of focused on the people in front and kind of that we're closer that Ronith and Theros are running to protect.
Okay, and you said it's about 30 feet away?
I actually think it's about 10. I think I mixed my numbers up. So
10 feet away? Oh, so it's right up against
It's
us.
super close, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
damn.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna take my full movement with this. I'm gonna move about 20 feet back and try. I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide and try to find a space around the tents where it can't see me.
go ahead and roll for dexterity. Or I guess, yeah. All right. So
Oh wait, did you want me to roll stealth or?
Yeah,
dexterity?
I actually wanted stealth. But
Okay, yeah, I was
my
gonna say, 'cause
brain
I have
said
a
dexterity.
big plus.
Go ahead for stealth.
it's a
Yeah.
dex save, but it's just the proficiencies are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Because I have a plus 10
Okay.
in stealth.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you
There
for
we go.
correcting that.
Yeah.
So you
No,
go
you're good.
ahead and you stealth back, and with that, it's not even trying to focus on you, so you didn't even have to do as great as you did. So you kind of jump back and you sneak and you take cover behind some of the chaotic tents and some things that are falling over as people are trying to clamber out and run away or protect or do whatever, and you are able to stealthily get behind something. And what exactly were you looking for?
I was just gonna hide and then to know that he didn't see me, and then I am going to load a crossbow bolt and fire it. I do have crossbow expert, so I don't need to use anything to load it. And I'm gonna shoot my hand crossbow at it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll have you move behind the tent and to get kind of a different angle and let you go ahead and load and shoot at this beast and go ahead and take a shot.
16.
And let's see, 16, that hits.
All right. So I have assassinate because I am the assassin archetype. So I actually have advantage on this attack. So let me just roll again. Is that a nat 20? Okay, it's not. So it's a 20. Sorry. And then if I score a hit against this creature, if it's considered a surprise, it's an auto crit.
Ooh.
So I don't know if this is considered like if it's surprised by being hit. That's up to you.
We can have it be. I would say it's probably kind of bracing for stuff. Depending on what angle you're going at. I think because you've kind of moved around it, it might be surprised to get hit from that side. So I'll give you that.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna roll for damage and sneak attack. I got all sorts of stuff. Sorry, Rogue.
Yeah, no, you're good. We'll work together.
so the pierce damage and does the sneak attack get doubled in a crit? I don't think so. I think it's just the dice
No,
roll.
I think that's just like, yeah.
So it'd be 16 plus 14, so it would be 30.
Okay.
Points of damage.
Damn.
You did nat 20? Or, oh no, you get crit.
No, it was just a regular hit,
You
but
have all the...
yeah, but because of assassinate, if I surprise anyone with a hit, So it's if you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a crit.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, rogues, man.
Rogues, y'all.
Rogues, man. Yeah, so it would be 30 points of damage.
30. Obviously, yeah.
No.
Ban rogues. Rogues
Yeah,
are
ban
the
them.
worst. How dare they?
Big. Okay.
Rules as red, you double your sneak attack dice. I don't know what the rules are for that. I don't.
Yeah. We can go with this.
Who won?
I don't want to blow your creature up in one shot.
Give it more health, Cat. Give it more health.
Right?
And I'm like, oh my god, 1,000
And then it
hit
splits into
points.
two.
That's so weird.
So weird.
So you go ahead and you sneak around and you load up your crossbow and you go to shoot, and it actually shoots kind of through the sludge, and you see it movement kind of stumbles.
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen this kind of creature before, so you're not really sure if that's a normal movement or not, but it is kind of a stumbly, and he kind of stops going at the people in front of him and does turn and what you would think is look at you, because it is the front and the opening of the jaw. It kind of opens up and the sludge drips and you just see these teeth, and he kind of screams at you and snarls at you as you've just shot him in the side. And he oddly does not look very happy. You can't really tell the damage on him if he really took much, but he's not looking pumped, and he is very much focused on you right now, which is good for the other people. However, maybe not so much for you. And next up is Delphine.
Okay, so what I would like to do is cast where the frick did it go? I would like to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
But instead of allowing them to roll their save, I would like to use one of my portent rolls, which is an 8. So their save is automatically an 8, which means I succeed. And I would like to detect thoughts on this creature.
Okay. So you go ahead and you try to detect any kind of emotions, any thoughts, any verbal, anything from this creature. And it's kind of just all like, there's so much noise that it almost appears as static for you, but you can get a sense that it's very angry. It is not happy at all. Not that you thought that it was happy in the first place, but you can just feel hatred just coursing through this being that is in front of you. And you can't necessarily tell why, but you can tell that the hate is absolutely directed towards your people, towards the soldiers, towards everyone in this vicinity. And it is just truthfully out for blood. And it's trying to destroy as much as it can right now.
Okay, cool. And then I don't think I have any bonus actions. So what I would like to do is just step back a little bit and closer to where the soldiers are, and then I'll end my turn.
So how far back would you like to step?
About 20 to 30 feet.
Okay. Sounds good. We will move you back. And then next up is our beautiful sludgy beastie in front. And it starts charging forward. And it is aiming at Barnaby, as they just saw you shoot from that direction and come out. And so it starts charging in your direction with what seems like horns forming from the sludge, and it goes to gore you. And that is no, I need to start using the robots. It was a 1.
That misses.
Yeah.
It starts going and it is charging and just kind of blind in its rage. And as it goes and tries to gore you, it hits into kind of a large, solid, I guess, what would you call it? Like a statue of sorts that was put in the Weldstone area. It looks like it's kind of been beat up over time, but it just charges right into it and misses you. And it takes some damage.
Nice.
And next up is Hazel.
Oh, okay. Okay. So is the creature like on top of Barnaby?
It is, yeah, like right next to Barnaby.
Oh, okay, that changes my plans. Okay, I won't cast that.
Do it.
It could end badly for you.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do it.
It's a randomly determined outcome, and I don't know. That scares me.
Street disagree.
Ooh, I love that.
Well, if I was gonna cast something that had a 10-foot radius sphere, is there a way I could do it where it only targets the creature, or would it always have someone else involved? Or I could just risk it and roll for it. Or
If you want to do more of a precision thing on your attack, I would have you do like an attack roll. And then if it gets to a certain like number, I'll say like that was really precise and you were able to control that. How about that?
Are you feeling lucky, Barnaby?
You feeling lucky, kid? I'm always lucky. I have
Okay.
skills that have luck involved.
Sure. Okay, we'll do that then. So it's a wisdom save is my like a oh my
Save. Wait, what's the save?
14.
Oh, heck. Okay. I only ask
if-
because
I forgot that that's your bad
If
thing.
you can be precise enough, you can roll to try to like hit the area, and
both
then
can't
we
be
can
up
see
here.
how his
Yeah,
wisdom goes.
because Hazel
and-
doesn't know that. Keep in
Yeah,
mind.
I don't.
Hazel
I
doesn't
don't know that. Oh.
Do not know that.
I'll
No.
just try. Yeah, I'd Hazel. I'll try be precise.
Oh God.
Okay.
God.
Go ahead
excited.
and roll. I mean, if you want to just do a d20 because
Sure.
to hit or like your precision type deal.
Come on. 9.
Oh no.
Oh.
All right. So this beast and Barnaby will be rolling a wisdom saving throw.
You are so wise, Barnaby. You're so wonderful and
so
and
wise.
so
and
wise.
So wise. Okay.
You are so wise. Yes.
That was
Yeah,
a
I got-
nat 20 with a -3.
Oh my God.
Let's go!
You're incredible.
Lucky
Oh my
rabbit.
God.
You, Ryan.
I will say,
Yeah, rubbing
very
that life
excited
with
for
rabbits,
you, but I would also like to say that the spirit got the same exact roll and is
No.
at 17 with you. So, I don't think you hit with your move unless it's half, or is it like a
No, I was casting confusion. So
Okay.
if it hit, you would have had to roll and certain behaviors would have happened. But I don't think anything happens because they were both unaffected. So that's it from me.
totally fine? You worked your best. Did you want to?
I tried my
Are you good? I'm still flabbergasted at that roll.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, absolutely
God.
wild.
No, I'll stay where I'm at. I think. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, we're good. And next up is Rialto.
Okay, alrighty. Rialto will pull open his. Ooh, sorry about that. Give me 1 second.
You good?
I think my internet is fighting me for a second. Okay, so Rialto will open up his water skin again, and then he will start to motion his hands so that it becomes a thin wisp of water that will go flying forward towards this creature, and he will use his water whip ability as a wave the 4 elements monk. Okay, so
Damn.
the creature has to do a dex saving throw of 15, please. Or it has to beat a 15.
You thought rogues are broken. Wait till you see rogues.
And unfortunately, he got a 19. So
What the heck?
How?
Giant sludge creature. Okay, I guess so half damage if it succeeds. I was gonna
Okay.
hopefully let's see.
I think
what
you still roll damage.
that
yeah.
work. Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
It's
So
3.
21. Pretty good actually.
Nat
Divide that in half, so 10.
yeah. Okay.
Dang.
That's still good though. That's still good.
Good.
Oh, let's go.
We love a crit.
We love critting. Okay, so there we go. And we are now at the head of the order. As you guys are kind of prepping and you see all this happening, and Rialto goes ahead and causes some damage to this sludgy, shadowy figure, you notice it stumble more, and it's kind of confused. It doesn't really necessarily want to focus on Barnaby, even though Barnaby is right there. Now it's getting hit from a different direction. It's really confused, and you just see Ronith and Theris running in its confusion and trying to grab as many people as they can and trying to shuffle them out of the way, and seeing you guys fight and causing as much damage as you can. They just want to get people out of this area, so they are, one, not in your way, and also two, not near this creature. And Barnaby, you are next to this sludgy monster, and it is still snarling, very confused, and your turn.
Okay. So am I the only one within 5 feet of this creature? Probably, right?
Yeah,
so.
I don't think any of you moved towards it.
Okay.
Yeah. And it charged towards you, so.
I want sneak attack bonus damage. Oh, why did that get so loud? All right. I will bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And I will move my full movement, which is 30 feet away from.
Do you want the additional hop or just that?
Just that, because I want to be
Okay.
within short range of my hand crossbow. And so I will just move 30 feet back as far as I can, and then I will just load another crossbow bolt and aim at it and shoot.
Okay. Feel free. Go ahead. Go for that. Hit.
24.
Yes, that's hit.
No one's next to it, so it's just going to be regular damage. So it is 10 piercing damage. Ignore the sneak attack.
Oh,
No.
I was about to say,
All right.
what?
That's
another
that's a
30.
D6 though. I rolled a 6 on the D6, so that's full damage.
That's amazing.
Madness.
So good.
Y'all, I need to check these rolls.
Let me see. I use my bonus action to disengage, so that's my full turn. Okay.
So you have disengaged, you've hopped back, you try to get as far from him as possible, and you go ahead, you load up the crossbow, and you go and shoot again. Once again, it is getting hit by this arrow, or this bolt, and it turns and fixates on you again, and you kind of see more sludge kind of like dripping from it. Not like gorgely, but it almost seems like the angrier it gets, and the more pissed it gets at you, the more sludge that's falling off of it and kind of leaving pools and stuff on the ground. And Delphine, it is your turn. And I think you're probably behind Barnaby at this point.
Yeah, what I would like to do is attempt to dispel magic at a 4th level on this creature. Because it looks cursed, and I would just like to try and dispel magic. I mean, at a 4th level, it succeeds automatically. So I would like to dispel magic on this creature.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, this is cool. It tells you what it does. Hi, I've never used Roll20 before.
It's great. You can put maps in here and like tokens and like it's really cool.
Okay, perfect.
So whatever magical effects it has, I would like to dispel basically from this creature.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if it's a 4th level or lower, I think you automatically.
Yeah, so there's no actual magic stuff happening. So it doesn't actually dispel anything.
Love that for me.
As you're trying to grab stuff, and it like nothing really changes. Like it's not like it's been magically forced to do this. But you do see it kind of, the sludge on the ground just kind of clear up, and it kind of looks at you like it felt something come from you. And then you see it look and then stop looking at you and kind of focus back on Barnaby. And
Can
next up,
Oh, I don't have any bonus actions. I was gonna see if I could roll perception to see if that helped it or hurt it.
But we are an initiative, so I can see that.
Yeah,
later.
so I think that would be a later. And so great call. But Hazel, it'll be nope, actually it's the creature's turn. So it again is focused on dear Bunny Barnaby. And it's ready to charge in your direction, and it kind of sludgily starts gripping at the ground, and you can kind of see it preparing its step, and it starts charging at you once again, and starts swinging its head, and the horns pop out, and that is going to be a 17.
17 does hit.
All right. Oops. Okay. So
Happily giggling. Oops. Oh no.
Oh
I hit you. Oh no.
See?
So with that hit, that is oh my gosh, I haven't done math in so long. That is 18 slashing damage. And with that contact, it also gets to do another gore attack.
Oh no. Wait, can I use Uncanny Dodge on the first attack to half the damage? With my reaction.
Yes, you can, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a reaction.
Yeah. Go for it. So we'll half that. So instead of 14, you'll take 7 on that first one. And then the second one, I don't think it hits it. It was 11.
No, does not hit.
Okay, perfect. So it hits you with the first and gores you, and then it tries to whip around and do it again on the other side, and you kind of step out of the way, and you kind of grab what you think is a horn and try to push it out of the way. And as you grab it, you kind of sludge through this nonsense, and it gets on your arms and starts dripping on your arms, but you don't actually feel like a physical horn form, and you kind of go through it, and he just goes the other way. And next up is Hazel.
How close am I to the creature?
It has charged forward. You moved back. You are probably 20, because I think you moved 20 feet back, so I think you're within 20 feet of it.
Oh, okay. I would like to move 10 feet forward and then cast poison spray at it.
Okay.
Which I think is another save. It's a Constitution save,
Okay.
and you have to beat 14.
Is it how does it spray? Because there is a nice little Barnaby in this area as well that just
It
got
doesn't.
bored. So where are you
It
going?
doesn't say that it's like in a
Like a cone.
splash damage. So I think
Was
it's
it acid
literally
spray?
just poison
Like
spray.
a water gun.
Oh, poison.
Like a,
Yeah, no, like it is literally coming out of my hands. So yeah, I'm
That's
just.
true. So I guess you could probably control that a little bit more. So I'll say
Yeah.
safe this time around. And I'll say you kind of go on the side of this creature and try to shoot it out and hit. And it's a Constitution save, you said?
Yeah.
Turn your hand towards a creature.
All right. Yeah, and that's a 7. So
Woo! Okay.
Ooh.
5.
so
Oh, that was a 2d12 too.
2d12, and I got a
oh my
5.
god.
It's not a little number. It's just
Oh. I'm gonna
And-
poison spray you.
as you go ahead and you try to use this poison on it, you go ahead and shoot, and you actually notice that it seems unfazed.
Oh my god.
oh, resistance to poison damage.
And
Yikes.
he seems okay, and now you are a little bit closer. You have shot your poison out. You're like, yes, let's go. And you shoot out the poison, and it just kind of fades into him, and he doesn't even feel it and is still focused on Barnaby.
Look quiet.
I'm so embarrassed. I want to go home. Can I yell to the group? No, but
Absolutely.
it doesn't seem to. It really loves poison. It doesn't hate poison. It like really loves it. Just so you know.
Some help here!
Oh my god!
And Rialto, you are up next.
Yeah.
And
okay.
you just hear Barnaby screaming, some help!
and Hazel going, don't shoot poison at it. Oh boy. Okay. Rialto kind of like rolls up his sleeves and he will start running up. It's not too far from us, right? It's only like, you said it was only like 10 feet away or something like that, right?
You're good. You're able to.
Alrighty then. Let's try and hurt them then with a quick little unarmed strike.
Nice.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hi.
Scoople bop.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you go ahead and do that unarmed strike. Go ahead and roll for
Nat
damage.
Not 20.
That's that nat 20. I'm telling you, I'm emailing Roll20 tomorrow.
What is going on with all these nat 20s?
I put a 5 underneath Roll20's like door right before we started. That's the reason why.
Yeah, that's why we were late. We were just talking to Roll20 real quick.
I was like, Philip, Roll20. I have a proposition for you real quickly.
Mr. Philip Roll20.
Yes.
I got something.
Okay, let's roll this damage then.
Yeah.
Not that high, unfortunately, but you know what? I'll take it.
No, it's okay.
Um,
And
Oh, before.
is that the total? No.
That
I
can't be
added
the
double,
total, is
right?
it?
It depends. Oh, so this is all
I don't know how
depend
Roll20
on this is a depend on you guys. We didn't talk about this beforehand, but like crit roll will just double the dice damage. Rules as written, or you roll twice. So that's why it's saying
Okay.
two different numbers.
Perfect.
So yeah,
I double when with crit.
me too.
so,
When I
yeah,
DM,
so
I
just
double. Yeah, it's just easier.
Perfect. So we'll go with 8.
Fine.
on that one.
Perfecto.
Okay.
Perfect.
I was like, why are there 2 numbers?
Yeah.
That's not a lot of numbers. I was expecting that.
Okay, so you go ahead and you run up and with such force, and you know in all the animes when you just hit that perfect spot and you go ahead and you hit into the sludge and sludge kind of flies out and you actually make like physical contact with something when you punch into the sludge, and it stumbles and actually pushes it back a little bit because you hit it with such force. So it moves back probably about 5 feet.
Okay. Oh wow.
And that was 8.
Gotcha. Could I also use one of my key points again, and I'm going to attempt stunning strike on it. It has to do a con save and beat a 15.
Okay, I'm gonna use my portent dice to say that their con save is 12.
Alrighty.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I rolled a 13, but it has a +2, so I got 15.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh no, it's always. Oh
yes.
wait, so
portent dice. So portent dice is for wizards. You roll 2 d20s after every long rest. And you have 2 numbers. You can use them once per long rest.
You're saying that
your con
the
save,
roll ends
the roll
up
that you
being
would have.
that. Oh, I thought you meant that I had to get. Okay, so
No,
you
no.
replace the dice roll.
Yeah, I replace your roll with
How
a
many
die.
times can you use that?
Damn.
I think it's twice per long rest or something.
So once each per long rest. So I had 8. I had an 8 and I had a 12.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. Sorry,
Perfect.
Kat. I love you.
No. I was confused with how it worked. That's perfectly fine. So he goes ahead and he fails it. So whatever your move was, because that gave it an automatic 12 and he needed to get 15.
Perfect. So the target is stunned until the end of. It says your next turn, so I'm assuming that means the end of my next turn.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the end of your next turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
really
that's
good.
pretty
Okay.
crazy.
So you go ahead and as you went in, you go back and punch in just a few different like pressure points that you were attempting, kind of just guessing through this sludgy creature. You felt something underneath. So you go ahead and you try your best to hit certain points and it kind of locks up and just freezes and doesn't even move its neck, doesn't try to look side to side. It just freezes in front of you. And that doesn't cause any damage or anything. It just
Nope, they're just frozen now. They're stunned.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
And I yell out, Barnaby, now seems like a good time to run.
Yes.
Yep. So he's frozen. You yell that, and you see Ronith and Theris finally kind of getting the rest of the people out of the way and running deeper into the camp and just getting them out of the fighting space, out of this arena that you kind of have made out of these out of these tents and this road and everything like this. And next up is Barnaby, and Barnaby, you are next to this thing, but it is frozen solid.
Good.
That look in your eyes.
By the way, Dan, I'm not to. I don't know what like a lot about monks, but do you can you make a second attack?
I was trying to find that. I swore I could.
With your
but
bonus
I-
action?
Right?
Oh, I can as a bonus action, but
Because the unarmed strike or the stunning strike is a key point. So I'm pretty sure you can attack again, and then you can do flurry of blows. You can do, like, monks can attack a lot. Usually.
So I can attack again if I want, but that would use another key point.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's up to you then. Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Okay, cool. Just making sure. I don't know anything about monks. But
No worries. Yeah.
I knew that might be a thing. I didn't want to keep you from getting that.
It is one of those things where, like, don't monks just like keep kicking the poop
Yeah,
out of you?
Yeah.
Ever living shit out of people. That's it.
All right. So it's frozen in front of me. I can get away finally. Is anyone within 5 feet besides me still? Oh wait, Rialto is now. Okay, so I'm gonna
he's moved up.
bonus action disengage again,
Yep.
and I'm gonna boot my way 30 feet back on my full movement again.
Okay.
Just keep trying to like
Well,
just
they're
kite
stunned
this
though,
thing.
Crispy. You wouldn't have to bonus action because they can't hit you right now.
Oh yeah, they're stunned.
They're
Oh
stunned.
yeah, so if they're stunned, they can't take an attack of opportunity.
They won't be
right?
able to take an attack of
Oh,
odds, so
okay.
you still
All
have
right,
your
so
bonus action.
I'll just walk away. I'll just move back 30 feet, and I will fire a crossbow
Do you
at its.
casually walk back in a flaunting manner, or do you move back with haste?
You know,
I
like-
want to know what is
so-
this attitude of Barnaby?
So you know when like boxers they like bounce back and forth, right? So Barnaby
Ooh.
does it with his big floppers, and he's like this, and he's gonna bounce backwards with his like wall aiming, but he's like bouncing back, and he's gonna fire the
Perfect.
crossbow bolt once he gets to max range or his
Alright,
like
perfect.
30-foot range, and he is going to fire crossbow bolts.
So you boxer hop back. What are these rolls? You boxer hop back, and
Okay.
you have advantage. You move all the way
Oh,
back,
that's true.
and you get higher.
Both 24s.
What?
They're both
What?
20. I rolled 17 twice.
I have words.
This is
I rolled two 17s.
ridiculous. My God.
I'm just clicking on the button.
I need to see all of your last. I feel like that's another 24 that you've gotten. The roll 20 is like, check another 24. Why don't you, darling? Okay, so you bounce back and you pull out your crossbow, get it ready again, and you go ahead and shoot at this lovely creature that is sludging everywhere. It's the only thing that's moving is the sludge that's kind of falling off its body. And you can go ahead and hit it if you like, or roll for damage.
It's going to be 18 damage with sneak attack because there's an ally within 5 feet.
That is wild.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Hold on, I don't think. Wait, I
ridiculous.
don't. Wait. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if the enemy isn't incapacitated. Never mind. Sorry. So I get sneak attack damage, and then because of my feat, I took it level 8 crossbow expert as a bonus action because I didn't have to use a disengage. I'm gonna fire it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
first
I'm just
was
standing here,
damage,
just
right?
looking cool.
Hazel's like, the poison didn't work.
What do I do now?
Okay, there you go. That's a 10.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't hit.
Yeah,
aim the
loser.
crossbow
That
bolt.
doesn't
I
hit.
I knock it and like get him right in the side, and I see the sludge pop out, and I go to aim another bolt, and I kind of like I'm still hopping, and I hit like the 30-yard point, and I like stop, and I go, "Whoa!" and I just shoot up into the air. Like, oh well, I should probably be more careful.
You do the initial hit, and the sludge keeps falling more and more and more. You go ahead, you miss with the second one, and Delphine, next is you, and you see this frozen, large, sludgy creature no expression on his face. You can't really see a face because it's all sludge. You can't really read the body language of it or anything. You did try to listen to its thoughts, and it just sounded angry and muffled and just like very hate-filled. And yeah, you were now with its frozen in front of you.
I would like to deploy my crossbow and try to fire. I'm gonna roll with advantage. I will try to -5 from my highest roll, and if that hits, I get to add 10 to my attack damage from my sharpshooter feat. So hold on. Hello, D&D Beyond. Can I please today?
Definitely.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
One.
There we go. Ooh. Aw.
Hold on. Let me do another one. Here we go. No, are you kidding me? Okay, well, I don't hit, so it doesn't matter.
That's okay. So you go ahead and you try to knock your bow and pull it back, and you do go to shoot, but something makes your arm a little bit shaky. I feel like internally you don't really want to hit them.
I don't want to hit them. I think that like I think that like Delphine is trained in bows because that's what was taught to her, right? But her field of expertise is magic. Like she's a magic person.
Yeah, and you kind of just had a lot of pressure. You don't really want to hurt it, so you do knock it and you shoot, and it's almost like a warning shot, and it soars right past them. And as it soars right past, you actually hear someone come up screaming, "Leave it alone! Please don't hurt it!" And you see, all of you kind of turn around, and you see this lady running. She has short, wild brown hair flowing in all directions. A large hat sits upon, and it's kind of tied under her chin. She has this leather dress that has boots on and is just kind of hugging her. And it looks really beat up, and she's got kind of like feathers trailing from her hair, kind of some vines and leaves. There's a little bit of just like dirt all over her face, and she is running up, and she actually passes all of you and stands in front of it, and she goes, please don't hurt it, please.
I'd like to take my movement to close with her.
Okay, so you go ahead and move forward and get closer to her.
I don't have any bonus actions, so I can't do any magic right now, but that's where I would like to be at this point.
Perfect. So you move up to her, and you see that she just looks very, very upset. And next up would technically be the creature, but it can't move. So next is Hazel.
I think in her adrenaline state, she would just be like, "Can you be poisoned? Huh? Can you? I can do it to you, but But she wouldn't like actually do it. It's just
okay. Yep. All right. So you are just kind of taunting this lady that has run up.
Yeah, with my finger guns.
Yep. Can you? Are you poisoned? And you're just kind of like mumbling and all this stuff about poison to her. And she just kind of at you. She looks almost as wild as you and as frantic as you. So you both are just looking at each other with just panic in each other's eyes and just like a lot of not knowing what's going on, but also like, stop, but I don't want to hurt anything, but can I hurt you? But who's gonna get hurt? And
yeah.
Like, a lot of panic and frantic is going on, and just movement everywhere. Do you want to do anything besides that, or are you just panicking and yelling and you have no idea what's going on?
I don't think I would actually like cast an ability on her until she responded.
Okay. She's not actually saying anything to you, just kind of looking at you and like, no, please, hey, well, I don't think poison works, but like, please don't hurt him. And then with her still just in front, Rialto, it is your turn.
Rialto, seeing Hazel run up to this woman, is going to also run towards Hazel and kind of just like
We're all here now.
just pick her up real quickly. And like I'll be like,
Let me at him! Let me at him!
wait, hold on. Okay, we'll give this woman a second to explain what is happening, and I'll kind of just like hold on to her, like hold her back pretty much is what I'm trying to do.
So you move up and you do a nice little hold me back, like hold Hazel back, and try to stop her because you don't know if she's gonna throw poison. You don't know what really is happening. You just see this lady screaming in front of you, and that is the end of your move, and that means that the beast has actually been released. And as you see it get released,
Hold me! I'm scared!
as you see it get released, you kind of see a little bit of movement in its legs, its sludgy legs, and it doesn't run. It actually collapses and kind of lays down, and you kind of hear a in front of you, and it lays down, and this lady, who is also in front of you, turns around and puts her hand through the sludge and starts touching, and you just kind of hear her whispering something. Would anyone like to roll a perception to see if you hear what she says?
Yes, and I have a question. So I haven't been hit, so my detect thoughts is still active.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I hear what the monster's thoughts are in relation to the woman?
So as you didn't hear necessarily like words or anything, you don't hear like any like phrases or anything being said, but you do notice that things aren't necessarily as staticky. It's kind of calming. You still get a big sense of like anger, but not like it doesn't want to harm this person. Like it doesn't want to harm her, but it's not necessarily happy, right? So that's you can kind of get that kind of sense in general. And with those rolls, let's see, Delphine and Hazel, you both hear her kind of muttering something, and all you hear is, "I'm so sorry. This isn't your fault. Go peacefully." And as you hear her say "go peacefully," the sludge kind of falls off, and you see a glowing shine, not in a glowing sense as like a light, but kind of like light shining off of something, coat come through in its fur, and it looks like a little boar, but a magical boar. And it's unfazed. It's not hurt. It looks joyous, and the sludge falls off, and it's standing, and it kind of headbutts into her, and then sparkles off and fades off, and disappears. And you have just released, or she has just released, a forest spirit, and it looked fine. And the sludge that you saw on the ground does pick up, and she looks at you and she goes, "We should talk. Yeah. Thank you so much for stopping. Thank you." And she goes up to you, Delphine, and she goes, and she kind of like places her hand on you and just goes, "You feel kind. Thank you so much." And you can kind of tell that she like feels like she kind of looks overwhelmed, and
I take her hands so that she can kind of like feel my energy as well and kind of like calm down.
Yeah, and so you both kind of hold and stay in a moment.
Holding hands.
You're just holding hands in the middle. Yeah, and you have that beautiful moment between you, and she is holding, and mind you, she is covered in dirt. She looks very wild. And you see that no one around you is hurt. None of the people of the town are hurt. You don't see Ronith currently, because you do know that him and Theris went and like shuffled people off, and they were probably trying to get them as far away as possible. And then as you're holding hands, she kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm Pim Eve. It's very nice to meet you. Are you from around here? I don't think I've seen you." And her mood just kind of like flips because she's just like very excited to see you and like welcome you in.
No, I'm not from here. I do have a question.
Yes.
The boar, was it held by magic?
Oh, well, it's a boar of sorts, but it's a forest spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah, so I think there is a curse on it, but I don't understand the curse, and it's not really held by magic, and it's a spirit, and I don't know. It's just, well, my great aunt, she loved the forest, and I think there was a falling out, but I don't think it's magic.
Of the thicket?
Oh, you've heard of her? Yeah, she was kind of a guardian of Weldstone, and she was well, we call her a maiden, they call her a guardian, but she's from Weldstone and very, very well loved, and she loved the forest with all of her heart. And well, things happened, and now, you know, some things fell apart, but I know I can save the forest.
Delphine's like processing all this information.
Yeah, no, you're good. And she kind of like just like you sit there and you process and you kind of go quiet, and everyone's kind of just like looking around, and she's just looking at you wide-eyed and very excited. She's like, I know what I need to do. I can help.
Whilst this is happening, Hazel's just gonna turn to Elsa and be like, you don't have to, but you can put me down. I mean, I know I saved your bacon there, but oh jeez. Oh.
Rialto just lets go. Sorry for the fall.
No, it's fine. You're very tall.
In the forest.
Well, I don't go out there a lot. It is pretty dangerous. They don't like a lot of us people-y, you know, so they don't really want us in there. But there's a little bit more of a kindness, but I've been going in there. I've been trying to escape into there since I was young, since I've heard the tales, but you know, it's not always the safest, and I don't want the soldiers in the forest. I don't want them doing any more. Ronan doesn't trust me. I don't trust him. I don't know what he's doing. I understand he loves this town, but I love this forest.
I messaged to her. I mean, I'm close enough to whisper to her anyway, but I messaged to her and I go, I don't want the soldiers in the forest.
And she actually immediately, like, she gets that and her eyes kind of like water and she hugs you. Like out of nowhere, she just grabs you and hugs you and like whispers in your ear, and she goes, thank you so much. And kind of like you can feel her kind of like start to like tremble, like she's just kind of like overwhelmed.
I like hug her for a bit and then I'm like, let's go talk.
Yes.
And I will try to find us like a seclude. Like, I don't think it's safe for us to talk here. And so like, I think what I would like to do is like bid my leave from Ronith after making sure that everyone's okay, and then go to the tea shop.
I would say right before you guys like end your conversation and you're like trying to usher her away, Barnaby hops over very casually and goes, oh, wow, that was something. Oh, hello. What's your story? Who are you? Like
Barnaby, this is Pim Eve. Pim Eve, this is Barnaby. Pim is gonna help us with the forest.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, very good. Very good. You know, I love forests. And he just starts trailing off.
And she looks at you and she kind of like reaches her arms out and in a very childlike manner, like touches your ears. She goes,
well, they are real.
Oh my goodness. And she's just very excited to see like you in the flesh. She's like, we've never had a rabbitkin around here, and you're gorgeous.
What? Thank you. And Barnaby just binkies up and goes like 10 feet in the air and goes, ha ha, and comes back down and kind of bounces a few times back and forth. Well, I thank you. You're so sweet. Oh, I like this one. She's going to be helpful. I can feel it.
And as you guys are getting ready to kind of like walk away, Ronith and Theris start walking up, and she kind of turns, and you can tell her composure kind of changes. It was very friendly and open with you guys because you helped, you stopped, and when she asked you to stop, you stopped, and she was able to release that spirit. And she kind of tenses up as she sees Ronith coming up, and Ronith says, well, I see you met Pim. And Pim goes, Ronith. And you can tell there's a little bit of tension. No one feels comfortable with that. And Ronith just goes, so as you can see, there is... Sorry, I need to let my dog out of my room because she's going crazy.
Like,
So they totally smooched, huh?
Oh,
They totally
I
smooched.
looked at the freaking cat and I started losing it.
They so did.
And so Ronith kind of like stands and he goes, well, this aside, and he kind of gulps and goes, we do need you. As you can see, we can't keep having these spirits come in here. We can't keep having this attack on this land. And, well, please tell me you'll help. I'll raise the price. Instead of 7,500, I'll give you 10,000 gold pieces to go into this forest and help.
Can I very quietly just be like, General Ronith, she already agreed to help.
10,000's fine. It's all good.
So, well, he goes, he assumed that with you talking to Pim that maybe there was a little, he wanted to just double check and make sure that you guys were ready to go.
Yeah.
Because you can tell that there's unease between him and Pim doesn't trust. And as Pim hears him say that you guys are going to help him, she goes, well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna come too. I'm not gonna let them just go into the forest. This isn't, no offense, this isn't even their forest. How can they just go out there? They don't even know what they're looking for. They don't know how to deal with these spirits. You just want to go and send them into our forest. And he kind of stops her and he goes, I just want to bring peace to Weldstone, and I'm going to do what I can to do that. And she kind of looks at you and looks at him and then looks at Theris, who none of you have even spoken to. You have only seen usher people around, and he's just standing there silently, very stoic and just taking everything in. He's got shortish blonde hair. He is a human, but he's got tan skin. So he's got blonde hair, tan skin, very dark eyes. And he's just standing there and says not a word. And Ronith goes, this is Theris. If Pim is going with you, I would just like to remind her that she must also respect Theris, who is also going with you to lead you to where we believe the relic is. And Pim kind of huffs. Fine. As long as I'm going, I just need to be in the forest. Is there anything that you're looking for particularly? And she looks more at you guys, actually, when she says this, not at Ronith. She wants to know if y'all have any interest in the forest specifically.
There's a pub in the forest.
I heard there's some men that are lost and I could help them.
Sorry. She goes, well, I can help. We can try to find those men. We can try to find everything. And she kind of looks at you guys again and then looks at Ronith and she goes, Ronith, you know I wish you no ill will. I know you want the best for the people, but you also have to think of the best for the forest as well. And Therith steps forward and says, well, party, are we ready to hit the forest? And that is where we're gonna end it. And
Why is that?
Hey, Therese, what's up? Hey.
Okay.
Single?
There, sure. Yeah.
There's
Okay. I mean, if Sarah wants to go, then I'll go.
His ears are like,
Oh, that was so good.
oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yes,
so long.
oh, that was
and I'll say,
amazing.
hey, Therese.
Hey.
Hey.
Good, Aaron. Good, Aaron.
Gosh.
Damn, thank you all so much for joining. Players, thank you so much for agreeing to this because it's amazing. And then everyone else, thank you for joining for this
Oh my
because
God,
it's just
that's
been a hoot.
Yeah,
It's been
I had
so
fun,
good.
but thank you for playing.
Kat, you're awesome. Oh my gosh.
God.
You.
I knew you were going to be good, but oh
Yeah,
my gosh, this has been
yes,
great.
Hello.
Great. Yeah. Hello?
How big
Yeah.
is my microphone?
You ready?
Everyone, make sure you drink your tea.
Yes.
You could drink tea in pub.
You in the pub?
Yeah, we
Could you?
Do not drink military tea because it tastes like mud, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks.
In
but yes,
comparison.
you can drink tea.
Always keep track of your chickens.
Absolutely.
Oh God.
But that feels like it was like 4 sessions ago.
Literally.
Seriously.
Oh,
Covered a lot.
we did.
Yeah, no, we really did.
We've fallen in love with so
Artsy.
many NPCs already.
Oh my God. Lol.
Yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We'll do one last saying goodbye. Yes, I'm Louisiana or Hannah. I'm Louisiana literally everywhere across the internet, all of the social medias. And I'm playing Kingdom Hearts right now on my channel. I will be doing so tomorrow. No, I won't. But I'll be playing something else. I'm great at this. Jude.
Hello, it's me, Jude, your local chaotic bisexual. You can find me live 3 to 4 times a week over at Mermaid Royal. I'm also at Mermaid Royal everywhere on socials except Instagram. I'm still fighting with them. It's fine. Tomorrow we'll be playing Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. And then
yes.
we'll be
Sounds like
working
a
our way
Mad
through
Lib.
Pokemon Snap. And then there's some DBD and It Takes Two later in the week. So that's all the stuff.
Kat.
Hi again. I'm Kat. I'm your dungeon master, and I'm trying my best. I am a chaotically cozy variety streamer here on Twitch. I am currently playing a lot of DBD. I found out that I really enjoy playing Killer. That's been an opening.
It's fun.
And oh my gosh.
Good time.
And I've been having a lot of fun with Red Dead and It Takes Two and Among Us and just like a whole variety of games. I like to do a bunch of different things. If you want to find where I'm funniest, probably Twitter and TikTok, and then live on Twitch.
Yeah.
And Dan.
Yeah. Okay, hi, my name's Dan, aka Daydreamer Dan. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch and also an editor. I forgot to bring that up at the very beginning. You can find me here on Twitch at Daydreamer Dan, and then on Twitter as Daydreamer Dan with a little underscore underneath it. TikTok Daydreamer Dan TTV because that name's apparently really hard to find on other socials. Let's see. I am a variety streamer. I haven't really streamed any games recently because I was streaming my move across America, pretty much. And
So cool.
but
That's so awesome.
I know, yeah. But as part of it, but I normally like to play Apex. I'm a big variety streamer. I love playing horror games, and hopefully we can see more variety in the future outside of me staying in hotels. Yeah, that's what I've got to talk about.
And Chrispy.
Yes, hello, I am Chrispy or Chrispy Gameplay across the internet. You can find me at Chrispy Gameplay. Right now, I am actually on a little bit of a break. Long story short, I got into a car accident. I'm taking a little bit of a rest time to get over it. So yeah, that's why I have this. And so the next time you'll see me is DBD. I do DBD every Thursday on my channel with a new group of people that I try to bring together to play squads. I'm also going to be playing the new Resident Evil soon, and I've been working my way through Pokemon Snap. So if that's something that interests you, come on by and you can see Sylvie and meet Sylvie.
Sylvie's wonderful. Yeah, I think that's it from us. So thank you all so heckin' much for watching and for all of the support with the Bar of Mayhem and the sub
I'll
support.
get more mayhem ready. For
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we
events ready.
Yes. We will see you all next week at the same time of 9 p.m. BST and other time zones.
4 p.m. EST.
Or EST.
1 5 Central.
PST, yeah.
They've got this. Thank you all so much for hanging out. And bye.
Bye.